and we are Culture Visions. So we have Toni here, who is a guest today, and she has what?
Say hello to our guests.
Oh, my bad. You gonna say hello too?
How you doing, Toni?
Oh, the intro when you first came in wasn't enough. Right? You wanted more?
I was being
You trying to make it?
hospitable.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, my bad. Well, listen, we have Toni here today. And Toni, you're from Niagara Falls?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
First, when it came up Lockport.
Oh, really? No.
I'm just joking. No, because I'm gonna say our story real quick. People in Niagara Falls have an issue with the Lockport, and Lockport has an issue with the phone number situation. No, you never had that issue.
Actually, my number comes up as a Lockport number, so I do have that issue.
Okay. All right. Cool. It's a problem. It's a long story I want to get into, but we can talk about it off mic.
You got it.
You got it.
She definitely said that, like, how dare you? Like, yo, you from Lockport? She's like, oh, no.
So, you are a image consultant.
Image consultant and personal stylist, yes.
Okay. And your brand is called TJ
Divine Image.
Okay. And you're found on where?
So you can find me on Google. You can also find me at www.tjdivineimage.com. You can find me on IG at tj_divine_image. You can even find me on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So give you a job right away. No, I'm just kidding. She threw it all in there. You know how they got the like Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, and Tinder, all of that.
Oh yeah.
He gonna give us no Tinder.
No.
So again, so you're helping people. Now is this just for men or is it for women too? I mean, is it just for women or is it just for men too?
It's for men. We're a very inclusive brand / business. We cater to both men and women. We're here to help them find their image, rediscover, and also discover themselves.
Okay, so no kids. It's just men.
Even kids. Even kids.
Now, how does one come to you? You know, like, and like, how do they email you or is it like they see you? Like, how does that happen?
I mean, honestly, you can email me, you can call me. Usually what happens in terms of like really like meeting clients, it's usually like when I'm like shopping, like, oh my goodness, I love your outfit. Like, who styled you or where'd you get that from? I'm like, oh, well, thank you. And then that strikes up a conversation, then boom. Or even like a simple email, like, hey, I have an interview. I'm interested in A, B, C, and D. Can you help me? Mm-hmm. So it just depends.
And so when you say you're shopping, are you shopping like is it just you just went to the Galleria or somewhere or Macy's, just anywhere?
Just anywhere. Like if I'm out shopping and someone like gives me a compliment, they usually are.
And you just start getting your business on.
Exactly.
So you just walking through the mall and you're like, oh my God, girl. You're like, oh.
Let me tell you.
I can hook you up too.
Well, of course I try to plug my business as much as I can.
Sure. I think we all try to plug it, right? You
exactly.
know? So now, like, are you taking brands from different places, or do you have the wardrobe? Like, you know, like how does that work?
So depending. So say for instance, if it's like a styling shoot that we're doing, I'm usually working with different local businesses around the area. Just because if I can, I like to promote local businesses, just because I like to support other businesses. Or it's either from like the style collection that I have. It just depends.
So like me, I'm just a hoodie and t-shirt guy.
So if we're doing a personal assessment, like a personal consultation, what I would do is we'll create a whole budget for you. So say for instance, you'll come to me and like, Toni, this is my budget. So we'll have a budget for obviously like your consultation and services that you're working with me with. But then we'll also have something set aside for your actual wardrobe. So when I do go shopping for you,
you gonna go shopping for me?
We're gonna go shopping together.
Oh,
so
okay,
I'm gonna show you exactly like what clothes like flatter you, what clothes you stay away from, just because you're not going to have me there all the time, so it's important for you to understand exactly like what looks good. So when you're shopping, it's just like, Toni wouldn't recommend that, or Toni would say no.
Okay. Dang, I'm lost because I don't. When I shop, I don't know about these two gentlemen, but when I shop, it's real quick. I know what I'm going to get. And I'm impatient, so I won't stand there and look for stuff. How do you get a person like me to you know, and like, get into his bag and trying to, you know, style it? So, like, how does it come out?
So usually, so say for instance, you're a person, you know, you're a busy guy, you have a busy life. So you say you don't like to stand in stores and like that's not your thing. So what I would do ahead of time is just to call stores or even I go into stores and put stuff aside for you, put things on hold for you. So it's easy. Do you like this? Do you like this? I recommend this. I recommend this because this and this and this. So I'm basically catering to you based on your individual needs because you're not the person that likes to sit in a actual store for an hour and have me say, well, this garment is for you because A, B, and C, and D. Yeah. That's not you. So A, boom, B, boom, C, boom.
Okay. So, and how much does that charge? Cost.
So there, so depending. So like cutting edge and revolutionary, those two packages are the packages that usually people gravitate towards. So like with the cutting edge, you're gonna be paying around like $120. That's not including like the wardrobe fees though.
How long is that?
So it can be anywhere. I usually like. I would say between like your consultation, our in-person like meeting, shopping, you can anywhere between like 5 to 6 hours, not long.
Shit! Not get me out there like that?
No.
I'm just kidding. I told you I need 30 minutes. I'm coming in, I'm getting out. I'm in Target. I know what the chinos is. I know what the socks is. I know the belt.
Yeah.
All I need is a shirt.
Yeah, see all that shit you just named? It's probably why you would need a personal stylist.
That's why I just stay right here. Look. Whatever, Jay. So, all right. So a person like me would need. I would have to come. Now, you had 3 different packages?
So I have 3 different packages for image consulting, and then I have personal styling. So that's kind of different from image consulting because when it comes to image consulting, what I'm doing is it's a whole process. So I'm doing your season. So I'm determining whether you're a winter, fall, summer, spring. Okay. I'm also doing a body analyst. So I'm determining what body shape you are. I'm also selecting garments that flatter you and garments that you stay away from. So it's a whole client profile that I build for you. Mm-hmm. When it comes to personal styling, it's not that in depth. So with personal styling, it's just like, okay, this is this. These are the garments that look great on you, but I'm not going into depth about your seasons. I'm not going into depth about the garment I'm not doing that. Okay. It's just a general overview.
How did you get into this? Like, what made you start this?
Man. What made me start image consulting and styling? I went to vocational school for fashion and interior design, and a part of the curriculum was image consulting, and that's where it started. In terms of fashion, my grandmother was a seamstress, so I would always watch her sew. So that's kind of where I got the bug from. Okay.
And does she still help you now?
She's passed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
Okay. So you got that. What other like motivation, or things that keep you going with it?
The need. Just because I see a lot of people like struggling to like find their image, like after like divorce. It's hard for people to say, like, I don't feel good. Like, can you help me feel great? Like, or like after a breakup, like, I want to get back on the scene. Like, can you help me feel good about myself? Or even with their interviewing, like helping someone land that dream job. Like, they may not have the resources or tools to understand, like, how to present themselves in front of a panel of interviewers. Like, how do you, so they come to me, like, and I'll help them with their image.
Okay. So I think I'm in trouble.
Why? Because you can't dress?
Yeah.
That's not a personal dig. It's a lot of men that like really like niggas can't dress. They need like a woman to be. Hey man, you need to don't wear that. Wear this.
So all right, so you got into this. And when did this kick off? Like when did you start knowing that this was going to be it for you? Like exactly the business portion of it. Because you said you went to school and stuff, but like when did the actual business take off?
I would say the actual business started in 2016, and I knew it was for me and around shortly after that. So I started doing internships and I started assisting on different sets. And that's where I was just like, you know what, I can do this. Like, I love this.
Assisting on different sets? What do you mean?
So, like, say, for instance, the first set I assisted on was at Buffalo Spree with a local stylist named Erin Hapes. So I assisted her. And so we went to a photographer's studio. and we were doing a campaign for Buffalo Spree, so I was helping her style the model for the particular shoot and theme.
That's dope. Now you still do that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed everyone says that you're very professional.
Yes.
And they don't have any issues with you there. You're not the diva.
No.
That's good. That's good to know. Like you know, like 'cause some people. I mean, you got to be personable. And you have to be caring to do this. You know what I'm saying? But then there's some people that are just doing it for the money.
Exactly.
So you're doing it for the love of it and because you see a need. Right?
Exactly.
So you got the styling. There's one more thing that I gotta put it like this. All right, I'm a big guy. Okay. A bigger lady comes in and she wants to get fancy. How do you go about that? You go about making her feel good. Like, what is that? 'Cause some of us big people have a little self-esteem. How does that work? Like, what is the interaction? I just want to get a glimpse of how does that work?
I try to treat everyone the same, so the interaction is no different for someone who would be like straight size. So just trying to make that person feel extra comfortable. So when it comes to doing like a personality assessment, I ask questions such as like, what are areas of your body that you don't want to show? What are parts of your body that you want to insinuate? Just so I understand that individual has boundaries and there's certain things that they want to show off and certain things that they don't want to show off, and I respect that.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I approach the situation.
Sweet, because I don't want to show my love handles.
Oh.
What she pretty much said was, it don't matter what your...
I know, but I'm saying, I just don't...
I'm going to get you fly.
Exactly.
Right. You don't give me the... Okay,
Thank
cool.
You.
You got a question?
Do you do personal shopping also? Is that a part of the...
Yes. So I do personal shopping also. When it comes to personal shopping, I can provide those personal shopping services for you, or you can come along with me so you can be educated on what really flatters you and what does not.
Okay, so your personal shopping, is that more so the customers that you already have, that you're already aware of their body type?
Mm-hmm.
Are there ever times where you take somebody shopping, like there might be a particular look that they like, but you have to kind of like convince them that that's not for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that go?
So it go. You know what? Luckily, it's been smooth thus far. So like it would just go like, okay, like you want to wear that, but I have certain options that look like that, but that insinuate what you trying to insinuate, or that correlate with the look that you're trying to go for, as opposed to what you want. Because it happens, like, oh, like I want to wear what Rihanna was wearing yesterday, but you can wear that, but we just have to find the actual fit for you.
Yo, she be getting right to it like that. I'm like, this is not gonna work. So, how does one get their brand to you? Is there a fee for them to use their brand, their clothing?
So one can get their brand to me just by like emailing me, or setting up a conversation. So getting their brand to me, it would be the setting up a conversation so I can understand like what their vision is, and exactly like what they would like me to do with their brand. Like how would they like me to bring their brand to life? Because I feel like that's important when you're collaborating or working with someone.
Okay. Is there a fee associated with that?
So depending. So if it's for like an artist, like there's a fee, but it's for like a clothing brand that's like, okay, like if you have a shoot that corresponds with my look, it's just exposure for that brand.
Okay, gotcha. So there's a shoot. So if you have a shoot, so you reach out to brands. Is that what you're saying? Okay, I may have missed that when we was talking again. So you reach out to brands and say, hey, I'm doing this on this date.
Yes.
Can I get some garments?
Exactly.
Gotcha. I say it right, garment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you said it right.
Well, anyways. So we got that. Outside of this, is this just all what you do? Like, is this everything right now?
So outside of this, so fashion is like my life. But I also have interns that I just brought aboard that are with the business as of now. And I also am doing something called Where Can Your Image Take You? So what that is a local tour around like Western New York, where I go into different high schools and I talk about the importance of like image, the importance of like showing up on time, the importance of having a mentor, the importance of shadowing. Just because I know growing up in public schools, like I wasn't taught the importance of that, and I feel like when students are taught those, they'll be more successful.
Gotcha.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Where do you see this business 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I see this business definitely propelling. I see it expanding beyond just like a fashion business. I see it becoming more of sort of a lifestyle brand. I'm hoping to add different services that can accommodate individuals in many facets of their life.
And now, this is just for Buffalo right now and the surrounding areas. Or is this outside? Are you like contacted from people outside of Buffalo?
So it can be for Buffalo, Toronto, like wherever that client is. In terms of, it can be virtual. So it goes with me.
Okay.
It's
so
not
you're going to try. So let's hypothetically say someone is in.
What was that word? What?
Yo, man! I did spell Mamba wrong the other day. I understand. My bad.
See, nobody even knew that.
Anyways,
dude, that's a 5-letter word, and you just admitted to not being able to spell that shit.
It wasn't on purpose.
It don't matter. Finish it. Hypothetically, right?
So someone lives in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking to get right.
Uh-huh.
You taking that flight?
I'm taking that flight. I'm also doing virtual consultations as well. So it can be virtual as well. So I don't have to necessarily be there like to do the consultation and all that stuff. But when it comes to actually like selecting garments, I can have it shipped. Or if they prefer me to actually like be on set with them, say for instance if it is like an artist and they prefer for me to like be there and be on set with them, or I'm there.
Got you. Read a nice little quote from your page, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
All right, I'll be digging. So, if y'all got a question, go ahead. I gotta find. I gotta get it. Just give me 1 second.
Are you doing this full time now?
Full time, yes. Yes.
So your day typically is like you moving then if you're doing this full time, or like are you spending most of your day with one client, or you got like multiple clients that you?
So most of my day
you're
is
talking deadlines and everything.
I'm talking deadline. Most of my day is planning. Part of my day could be like doing consultations for clients. It all depends. So it's just like it varies from day to day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of dope.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I think anybody that's fortunate enough to do what they love to do without, like, on their own, and that's what's paying the bills, like that. I can't wait till I get to that point.
Oh, well, let me make this clear. So my business is full time, but I have like a subsidized part time job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But I still do my business full time. So when I'm working, as soon as I get off work, I'm back to teaching my image.
Yeah, it's still granting you a large deal of freedom, which is like
Exactly.
that's what we all want. You know,
Exactly.
to be able to do whatever we want to do.
Exactly. When we want to do it.
When we want to do it.
Right.
So before we get out of here and let you go, December 4th of last year, you said, well, not you, but it was an image. I mean, it was a inspirational quote. And it says, "The life in front of you is way more important than the life behind you. Keep going." And it's true facts. Go into that just a little bit in the fashion world, because some people will get complacent and what they're like me. Like I like to just what I like to wear because for whatever reason. But then you come along, you help me.
Right.
And then something happens, and then I go back to being complacent.
Right.
Like talk about that for a minute when it comes to the wardrobe. How do you keep people wanting and motivated and going forward?
Well, I keep people motivated and wanting to go forward by reminding them of their end goal. So if you want to be a CEO, I have to remind you that you are dressing to be a CEO, or your image has to correlate with what a CEO would ideally look like. So when I see, say for instance, like you reverting back to who you used to be, I have to remind you this is not who you want to be or where you want to be. So that's how I remind people, because it's human nature for us to kind of go back to where we're comfortable. But then we have people, we have support systems that are like, you know what, encouraging you to kind of push forward and reminding you of your purpose and where you want to go in life. And I think that's just important.
Okay. Well, that's all my questions.
I'm good, man. Everything I was going to ask, she pretty much said.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, thank you, guys.
That's what somebody says when they don't have questions.
Yeah.
I'm just about to, whatever. Anyways, this is Ricky.
Jessica.
Jay.
Toni.
And also, shout out your handles again.
Absolutely. So you can find me at www.tjdivineimage.com. You can find me on IG at tj_divine_image. You can find me on Facebook at tj_divine_image. And you can also find me on LinkedIn at Toni Jones.
Toni Jones.
Toni Jones.
All right, we signing off. You want to hit the button?
This one? That one?
Yeah. Push the button.
Thank you, guys.
No, thank you.